Let's do that for just a sec. Okay. And what am I working on today? First, music. Second, why is this webcam not working? No, I don't like when you do that. Stay there. Okay. Yeah, what the heck? Where is my other camera source? Why can't I add another camera? Look at this. Where is burp? Camera. Where's camera? It's not in there. What the heck? Trying to add the nugget cam. Okay. I think I'm gonna do something fun today. So first thing, I think we're gonna go GitHub, Austin Gill. Let's see what's the projects that I haven't done in a while. Utils. That might be what I'll do today. Let's go Sly CLI. SlyCLI.fly.dev. SVGs I was pretty happy with. Quick, probably need to undo. I don't know if that's been pulled in yet. Utensils, CLI edge workers. That's a fork. Pappy, excessive blitz, uploads, Austin Gill, form work. NPM, oh right, node package manager. Or, no, neighborhood pet manager. Has better performance, bedrocks. I feel like Pollinate was one I wanted to do. Totes was one I was pretty happy with. I think I'm gonna work on this slide dev thing. So let's see what we got. We're going to update the titles here and say open source and chatting. Sweet. Okay, so this is what I'm gonna be doing. Let's go Twitch. Gotta promote this, of course. Boom. Let's see who else is on. I think Ryan Carniato usually does. Yeah, Ryan's on. That's sweet. Ryan Carniato usually does. Yeah. Okay, so I want to do this. I want to contribute to this project. I want to add GitHub just JS. Nope. The only JavaScript runtime. I don't want that. I want this one. So I want to add support for just to Sly. Transformers. With one command or through an interactive prompt, you can choose a component from Sly's registry and it will appear in your codebase in exactly the format. Joyously interactive. Icon libraries. UI component libraries. Use Sly to add. Oh, we've got a few. This is interesting. I am not familiar with these two. Draft UI. Accessibility doesn't have to be hard. That is interesting. That is not a default checkbox, is it? Yeah, what's up, Stoney? That is an SVG. Cute. Love it. Yeah, we finished the thing yesterday. I figured I was kind of on a streak with streaming this week, so I'm gonna do some open source contribution, hopefully. Yeah, this thing's pretty good. I like this. Draft UI. I imagine built with React Aria, yeah. So there's this project called Sly CLI that I've come across and used only once, really, at all. But I fell in love with it because it's very much in line with a couple of thoughts that I've had on things that I should build. You have soap and sauce, yeah. Hey, let me ask you something, actually. I feel like I'm going crazy here. I can't seem to add another camera. So here's my camera, right? I'm trying to add another camera source so that we can get... Oh my gosh. It's right there. I swear to God, it was not here a moment ago. We're going to get... Hold on. I'm going to get the Nugget Cam in place. Hell yeah. There we go. All right, I think that's it. That's all I needed. Thanks, Sony. And can I do, what is this? Can I do like some opacity stuff here? He's under there. He's under there somewhere. I would really like to figure out how to do some OBS stuff that's like when someone says something or does a command, it like turns on the Nugget Cam for a little while or something, or replaces my cam with the Nugget Cam. That would be perfect, if I'm honest. In fact, I'm gonna like kind of set that up like that. No, oops. We'll just leave it like this for now, and I'm gonna give this filter. We're gonna add an effect. No, we're gonna add an effect filter of opacity, TMI, and OBS WebSockets. I don't know what TMI and OBS WebSockets. I mean, I kind of figured out what OBS WebSockets are, but what is TMI? Too much information. Opacity. Where is opacity? Apply, chroma. Too much info, yes. Hey, composite. Dynamic enhance. Has a JS API for the Twitch IRC chat. Link? maybe? Whoa! Oh, I can do pixel art. Love that. Not gonna use it, but very, very much on brand. Please. How do I... Really? 3D effect. Advanced mask. Okay, I don't want to... I just want... I don't want to zoom. I don't want to do the height. Oh my gosh. No. Trash. Yes. Alright. So this is dumb if no one else can watch, right? How do I add a filter? A oh my gosh. OBS opacity filter. There you go. Color correction. Okay. Color correction. Opacity. There we go. We'll just do that at like 0.5, right? Cool. The Nugget Cam is live. And that is a little bit... it could be like a little bit less. Let's go opacity 0.3. There we go, something like that. Thank you, Stony. TMI and WebSockets. Got what you're saying. I need channel points for Nugget treat redemption so I can wake the... Yeah, would I want to wake Nugget up though? I don't know. Also, this seems like it needs to be a little bit tighter. For treat? I mean, yes, he would love that. Okay, that's done. Let's get back to some open source stuff. Also, little distraction. Jolly UI here. Shadcn compatible React ARIA components so you can copy and paste into your apps. Accessible. Okay, that's cool. Just more components, React components. Okay, so I want to see how I can create, how I extend this with like a plugin or something. Image upload. User presence, notifications. Is that slides the only one? Okay. Cool. We've got site. I guess it's got to be in here. T-sub start. Commands. Registry. No, don't know what that is. We're gonna go. It could be prompts. It could be commands, and then add and library. You know what I could do? I could probably do a search for Shadcn. That might give me. Oh, I think I need to be, because I need to be logged in. Okay, so I'll go over here, do a search. Okay, let's do a search for Draft UI. Okay. Instructions reverse. Slide does not require a config file if you provide enough information in the command, so instead of telling you what each option does, just goes what happens if you don't include each option. Yeah, cool. So it's got to be the add command, right? In here somewhere. And we say, let's pump this up so I can see. File system path, config, logger, registry. We have chalk for styling, commander, I don't know what it does. Don't know what that does or that. Prompts. Then we have transformers, library. Okay, I want to see what library is. Library command is a new command name. Live alias L. Okay, the name of the library to add. Configure and add your libraries to your project. No library name provided. Show the list. So I think maybe what I should do is like start here. Let's make directory for slide test and cd slide test. I think I'm going to npm init y, and then close that actually. I guess we can code. Wait, what is stream recovery? I don't know what the heck. VS Code killed it, so it wasn't me. What is stream recovery? How to recover OBS recordings after crash. I don't need recordings though. Okay, so what I want to see is, let's get a high level overview. Yo, what's up, Nate? Good to have you on. First toggle, what? Okay, one sec. Stony, one day I will get this. What is it? The first toggle, disconnect protection. Improve the viewing experience for your stream by enabling a backup in the event your stream is disconnected. If your primary stream fails, automatically display a temporary visual. Oh, okay. Sure, thanks. Let's turn that off. Nate, back to your question, I think, or maybe what are we doing? Assuming your question is what are we doing? There's this project called SlyCLI that allows you to install dependencies to a project, but in such a way that they are not NPM dependencies. It basically writes code from a remote host into your file system. This allows you to have essentially certain types of dependencies not need maintenance. So like basically things that don't change very often. Things that don't change very often, or sorry, things that are not intended to change. So you like install them and then they're never going to change for the most part. Good example of that would be SVG code, utility libraries, like small utility functions, so that you kind of own the code. It's not a managed dependency. The other version is like component libraries that are intended to be expanded upon. So not a component, like a lot of component libraries you npm install and then you consume and then you use whatever features they offer, but you don't actually touch the source code. With this one, there's some component libraries that are intended, like shadcn, to be copy and pasted into your source code and then you modify. This is a really good This is a really cool tool for that, so that you don't have more npm dependencies. Okay, so I want to get an example of like, let's see what it does. I already have a GitHub. Well, no, I don't need to do that. Let's do that. Boop. We're gonna do that. This is what it does. I want sliceli, yes, and then it's going to do some stuff. It's going to add Radix UI icons, the eraser icon, into the directory /icons. Crazy idea. VS Code allows you to drag and drop every window and place it wherever. Yeah, I don't know if that's the same thing, but basically what Sly did here, that's weird that it added something in the node modules folder. I think that's fine. That's totally fine. It's actually weird that that wouldn't exist in the package or in the project folder, because node modules will likely be ignored. Whatever, don't need to worry about that. But what it does is it created this icons folder because I told it where to put this icon, and installed this Radix UI icon, which is really convenient. It would be really nice to have a VS Code extension that does a UI for this, where I would be able to see the eraser icon, like the icons, browse the icons before downloading them. That'd be great. But yeah, so you can see it doesn't actually add anything to the package.json, or there's no like npm dependency. It basically added this code, and now it's part of my source code. It's not a node dependency or an npm dependency. What I would like to do is add an extension to, or like a plugin or a new register a new library for this project, contribute to this project that would add support for this Just library, which is just called Just. And why I like this library is because it's basically like Lodash with zero dependencies. It allows you to install a bunch of packages independently, one at a time, where you could do something like, let's do, I don't know, there's got to be a object merge, right? And it would let me basically install this functionality into my source code. And yeah, this would totally be great. Would it be possible for a plugin to allow you to drag and drop a component from a README file into your file structure? A component from a README file. So explain to me a little bit what you mean by that. Basically, if I'm reading like a code snippet. Yeah, I mean, that's what this Sly thing does. So what you're saying is I can drag and drop, like, I basically like go to, let's say this was a README, I could like copy this code, drag it over onto VS Code. Is it gonna work? No. Let's say I'm just like dragging it, and I drag it onto VS Code, and I like drop it into a folder somewhere, and it makes a file for me. You get the plugin README with settings, but instead it gives you a component builder tool that then allows you to pick it up and drag it to your component folder. I still don't get it. So one button click or drag and drop in the README would create the file with, okay. Nah, I still don't get it. What do you mean in the README? Like, where is the README? Is the README hosted on the internet somewhere? Hosted on GitHub? or hosted like in my at my folders in my source code. You know what a plugin page looks like? No, a plugin for what? What are you talking about? A plugin, like a VS Code plugin? I'm feeling really dumb right now. Okay, a VS Code plugin. So it's like we go to, oh, like if I were to be in VS Code and I could be like, oh, hey, let's go to this plugin. Let's open this up. Somewhere from here, I could, what is it? We have two thoughts here. One is like drag and drop. There's a list of plugins here, or a list of components here, and I could like drag it, oops, or like click on it, click on one, and then it would be like, hey, where do you want to put this one? And then I would tell it somewhere in my source code. Is that what we're thinking? That would be kind of cool. Because I was talking about the UI. Gotcha. Yeah, that would actually be a really good idea as far as a plugin maintainer would go, because as a plugin maintainer, I would have the README, like having the README be the source of truth for like all of the available plugins means I wouldn't have to update the README and update a VS Code plugin. I could have a VS Code plugin that basically just runs or listens in the background when VS Code is open, and when I like click on something in the README, it is aware. It's aware of maybe that the tab is open and has some different functionality. You get a Shad CN-D&D plugin that gives you a bunch of toggles to build some different states, and then lets you pick it and drop it. Sure. I think, yeah. I mean, there's still a lot that isn't being communicated there, probably for your vision, but I think I get what you're saying. For the time being, though, because I've never built a VS Code plugin, don't want to bite off more than I can chew. Really want to just try and get, oh shoot, did I close it? Yeah, really just want to try and get this library access into Sly, because I said I would. And I want to support this open source project. So let's see. There's an add command. There is a library command. I imagine it's going to be somewhere in here. When I run this, I'm going to try just running add. The CLI add command. Cool. So it feels like there's a lot of options. Draft UI. Okay, let's say we wanted to grab something from like simple icons. Pick a directory for simple icons. Sure. Components. Run a command after installing. No. Save settings to slide JSON. Sure. Which library would you like to use? Configure libraries. Okay. Yeah, sure. Something tells me that didn't quite work like I expected. Yeah, that didn't do anything, and also... Okay. I want to use simple icons. Okay, now we have filter reserve. Oh, okay, this is kind of cool. Let's go dog. Data dog. Which items would you like to add? Install one items from simple icons. Yes, installing Datadog. Datadog installed. What did that do? And that should have put it in components, and that is an SVG. Cool. And then Sly tells me that anything coming from simple icons goes in the components folder. Schema. Okay, there's something to do with the registry. So I need to I need to look at this registry thing as well. There. Where are these registry items? Like simple icons, right? I should be able to copy that and paste it into the project repo and do a search for simple icons. Support for simple icons. Okay. Okay, we have something. Simple icons on a lot of brand colors. It'd be nice if Sly supported it. GitHub repo. That is the simple icons. What I would like to see. Sorry, I didn't have notifications turned on. Simple icons has been added. Great. I didn't see. Okay, let's go to code. Let's do 18 branches. Is there something in here for simple icons? No. Branches. How about pull requests? What about closed ones? 30 closed. Simple. Nope. Simple. Simple. Add draft UI to registry. Sure. So here is draft UI. I believe these are the only changes needed. Draft UI does not have a registry like ShadCN. So using GitHub method. Cool. File changed. Let's see. So inside of the app, okay. So I think what's happening is inside of here we have something for the site, which has app and routes, I imagine, or routes, I believe. Where is it? Routes and then registry. Okay. This is looking promising. Let's see, what do we got? Eric, thanks. Thanks. Glad to see you here. Should it use no mercy icons? You could add no mercy icons. We'll see. Let's see. So, I want to see the other files that have changed here. Oh, I already have it. We have the registry, the addition of the registry. Okay, cool. We have draft UI. Okay, we need 2 files to add something to the registry, it seems. It looks like they're not identical. And then draft UI meta. Then we have to add another thing to the registry, and that's it. Draft UI meta. Draft UI meta comes in from draftui.json, which is this one. The meta is this information. Draft UI is a collection. Okay. Owner draft package is packages UI is source, ref is main. Resources, so what is available is going to be those things. We have to change this. I imagine this is what the CLI will like pull in on demand from the GitHub repo. And I don't know what this version stands for, but that's okay. Okay. And then this file is going, I think this is all I'm going to need to do. So simple enough. In that case, this is probably going to need a, what is it called? Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we need to, RM rf sly test git clone that into sly, cd sly, and then I'm going to close this burp. We're going to open this, and hopefully this doesn't kill OBS. Nice. Cool. I don't need Docker stuff. So inside of site, I think it's just, what was it? Where'd it go? Here. Site app routes registry draft UI, something like that. Site app routes registry. We add something here. And I think it's just basically going to copy these. Burp and burp. We're going to copy and paste. The copy file is going to be changed to, what was it? Just. And the draft UI. Copy. Just. Cool. You know what another addition, like another great addition to this open source project would be? Well, actually, I haven't even looked. Yeah, it's a great project. It doesn't have any documentation on how to create or how to add a library. You can host your own registry or share code across organization using Sly. That's really cool. Okay. I don't need you. I no longer need you. No longer need you. No, we'll need you. This library and this add feature, or library registry and add, I'll leave open. I don't know if I'm going to need those later. Yes, I will. Although I have it in my source code. Whatever. Okay, and then what we need is this stuff. npmi. Okay, so GitHub, get GitHub from GitHub server. Okay, owner repo. Here we go. Owner is Dang it. Repo is just packages. Let's see. So inside of here we have packages. And then it's just going to be the name and then one of these packages. So let's go. It's going to be packages. The params name probably. Oop. Probably. And then I think this is going to. This can be CJS or MJS. And I'm wondering if I can do some sort of like CJS or MJS like that. Let's see, get GitHub file. Or what would I do? Can I, what's the thing? Can I do, go to definition. And what I'm looking for is the path. Right, that's not going to work. I don't, actually maybe it will. That's just the key. Can't miss file that. I don't know if it's going to support both CommonJS and OctoKit. Yeah, definitely not. OctoKit is probably going to be coming from OctoKit. I'm going to assume it doesn't. we're just going to stick with the modules for now. ES modules. Ref is master. Yep. And if there's not a file, sure, not found. If there's not a download URL, not found. I imagine all of this is going to remain the same because we're using GitHub for both. Files has to have name and content. So content adds these. Interesting. And that's why when I installed something, it had these lines in it. I'm curious to see if other ones do as well. Let's do, what is it? This one? Resources. Interesting. Oh, this is not the same. I need like this guy. Yeah, that one includes something. Jolly, I think we looked at earlier. Jolly content does not include it. Interesting. I'd already checked that one. What's a good one? Tailwind Lab hero icons. Vue has gotten an amazing developer experience improvement for passing in two-way data binding. Yes, it did. I haven't used Vue in a minute, but yeah, I keep an eye on it. All right, it seems like including the meta and the license seems to be a pretty common approach. So I'm going to leave that. This is, what kind of file is this? JavaScript, so // should work fine. It's going to fetch the download URL, then grab the response text, return it, and join all of that with new spaces. It would be, I was going to say I wouldn't mind doing some minification, but I think that's probably the responsibility of any sort of build tooling. So let's not minify. That's that. Great. Now this one. What is this? Okay, looks like I can run this. npm run dev. Npm run start. Okay. This should be a remix. Did I not install everything? Build, dev, remix, dev. Where am I? ls. cd site ls. npm I. npm run dev. There we go. Cool. Now inside of this project, you can still pass a set function, but use state in React does make that simpler. Actually, why don't you share what you're talking about? Because maybe I'm thinking about something different. Okay, so I want to go here. Burp. I want to go here. And I want to go here. Oops, nope, wrong thing. Okay. Interesting. I need a JSON view. No, what is this? Yeah, I needed a JSON viewer. Ugh. All right, Chrome, JSON viewer, viewer. I'm just gonna do the search. Burp. JSON. There are a lot of them. think the one that I'm familiar with is this one. Or JSON viewer awesome. Viewer awesome. Unless someone has a JSON viewer pro. I think this is it. Yeah, this is the one. Cool. Cool. Reload. That's more like it. I feel like we need to get the Nugget Cam some action. We're gonna do a little bit of Nugget Cam action. Nugget. Nugs. Nugget bugs. Can't see it. The opacity thing was a mistake. All right. 1 second, Nugs. Draw. Much better. Can you look at the camera? Good job. There you go. Now you need to be more nuggety and sleep less. Actually, one of the most nuggety things you can do is sleep. Okay. So. Okay, got it. So I need to also change one of these. Okay, here we go. This should be burp. We need no, draft. Where is it? This one? This is the one that I fixed already. Okay, so that's importing from there. So I need this to be just. And then if I go here, this needs to be just. Okay, not working correctly as expected. I think this one should work correctly. Cool. And it's still going to put out the draft UI stuff. Cool. Here we go. We're making progress. This one is broken because HTTP error not found. Just dot name. Just. Breadcrumbs. Why did that work? I went with draft UI. I don't know. Someone who is maybe a better remix expert should be able to answer this for me. I have inside of app routes registry, I'm putting these files. That corresponds to but routes and then registry. And then whatever goes here is going to be picked up by one of these two files. And I believe it should be this file, which is this one, which I have not modified yet. So let's fix that. Let's go draft UI. This is going to be just. Then I also need to look up draft. This might be the issue. Okay, let's go here. Let's copy that. Draft UI should be, I don't know. This should all be just. IHEH should be Angus-C. Okay, let's grab this. I don't know why we need the description if the contents are going to be pulled in, but maybe it's good to have it. Statically tags. Tags. Now, what are some of the other tags? Let's see. Find tags : icons, UI, icons. I'm gonna put utilities. It's going to be the first utilities. Utilities on the side to icons or UI. Okay, where is satisfies meta from schema? Can I go to definition? Utilities. I feel like this shouldn't be UI as much as components, but question for the chat. Does it make sense to call this utilities or utility? I think if we follow conventions of icons, it's plural. So I think we'll leave it for that. Happy to hear back from the chat though. Okay, the packages should be that. Let me just confirm that I am following that correctly by going to, what was it, draft UI? Is it meant to represent a single one or a collection? I'm not sure. I think it would be the entire library, and this library is a collection of utilities, which would tag the library, right? I think that's the case, but the question also goes beyond this library. It's going to be the tag that represents libraries like it. So it's a utility library or utilities. I don't know. I'm overthinking this stuff though. Oops. Oh no, what's that? I don't want that. Okay, I'd say that's satisfied. And you have your answer. I know, I overthink it. Let me undo all of this so I can copy this. Burp. That's what I wanted. That should be good. Hopefully this is still broken. That's fine. If we go to draft UI and we go to packages, they have UI and then source, and then that's the content. For me, that's not quite the case. The path is packages / and then the package name, which I guess would be this. Get GitHub directory. It's weird that we have that, but okay. I don't have that. Do I have request params? Yes, I do. Booyah. The loader. Okay, so this is another page. This is a... Okay, this is a remix route. So I have access to these things. The remix route is going to use the params, which is the name which is not available here. For this route. Also, what did I do wrong here? Like, I should be able to go to... that should get breadcrumbs.js. this one works. Oh, it doesn't work. What did I do? It worked a moment ago. Maybe this. Let's see. Node module, service worker. Okay. We have some issue here. No commits found for SHA main. Okay, we have main. There we go. That should be master. That's probably where that error is coming from. Cool. Fixed that. Draft UI. The resources I need. Great. This is working. Version. Okay. So now I need to figure out how to get the path. I think this is the one that's working. Let's look up files. Okay. Console log files. So that would see, here's the problem, is the directory that I'm dealing with is this one, which has packages, inside of which is the list of folders. And then I need the index.mjs file. And what this was before was, what was it? Just source, right? Okay. Let's try that. Let's just do that. Packages. Let's try that. It does not give me that. What do I get in files? We have something. We have something. That is my files. Is there 650 files in here? This does not look like 650. Then you have, okay, do you have any tips for me on how you can improve your teaching skills? I have not watched you teach. I also wonder if that's ironic because I'm not a good teacher. I don't know. Am I a good teacher? Where do you see yourself lacking as a teacher? And why are you asking me? Like, what do you think are my strengths? What is the audience that you're teaching? What is the medium in which you are teaching? There's a lot that can happen there. Need more context. I love when the camera zooms in when I'm drinking. It makes the effect really a lot more dramatic. I'm not controlling that. It just does that on its own. Also, special day. Check out this sweater I made. Oh, stupid camera. Come on, camera. You're freaking ruining the effect. Hold on. I gotta let it zoom out. Stop it from moving. It's Nugget. You've been trying to help AOA understand JavaScript, but he struggles getting the mental picture of following the logic, what it does behind the scenes. Yeah, I think that's really tough because at some point when you teach people that are assuming that he's extremely new, when you teach people that are extremely new, there's so many things to learn regarding how computers work, how programming language in general work, the specifics of the programming language syntax and stuff. For loops, maps, and all that. I think I don't want to be gatekeepy here, but I think that some people generally understand computer science topics better than others. So if you want to be, and that, that's not to say that people should not or cannot be computer scientists or programmers. I think it's just like some things come easier for others, or some things come easier for some people than others. Like speaking, for example, obviously doesn't come easy for me. And I'd say one of the best things you can do as a teacher is get to know the student and their way of learning and where they are. I'm not pro at streaming either. But yeah, you really have to like meet people where they are in their learning journey, and try and put aside as much of the things that you think you know or the things that you're taking for granted, and get to their level and see things through their perspective. That's a very nebulous bit of advice that isn't like actual practical steps to help. So the next thing you can do is, if you're particularly around loops, do some like whiteboarding stuff where someone essentially plays the role of the computer and walks through the loop with pencil and paper. And when you can do that, you're no longer like thinking about what the computer does as much as like stepping through it, if that makes sense. If the challenge is loops specifically, I would simplify down the everything else, like all the variables, and do just like looping from the number 1 to 10, right? So let's do something like that. You're really good at going down to someone's level, but yeah, use ChatGPT. That's a legit thing. Like while you're streaming. Yes. Don't teach individuals on a stream. Like this is kind of like think of it like a classroom session, right? Like you want to teach to probably the average of the classroom, and that's going to hinder the most advanced students, but it's going to help some of the struggling students. And then what struggling students can do is go to office hours or get tutoring help or something like that, and essentially like the one-on-one sort of attention that they need to grasp. And I'm not saying that students shouldn't get attention, or like people that struggle need to have tutors or whatever, but this is an analogy for streaming. Like if you're streaming, honestly, stream what you want. I wouldn't stream necessarily to what the chat wants, unless in that moment, like I'll reach out to chat and be like, hey, what do you guys want to do? Because I want to do something new, right? If it sounds like you don't want to simplify things down too much for one individual because it would be too simple for what you want to do, so getting some one-on-one time with this person is the best way you can teach them, or even providing resources. You're in his stream. Okay, you're in his stream, but the streamers or the audience wants something more advanced. When you vision a loop, you have a very clear mental model. Yes, you do, because one, you may think differently, or two, you also have a lot of experience. And I think loops are difficult, at least in my experience. Loops are more difficult to learn than we remember them being, if that makes sense. Like I look at loops and I'm like, oh yeah, loops are easy or whatever. But if I actually think back to when I was learning, loops are kind of hard. He's a designer who wants to understand devs so he can communicate better with them. That is a good challenge. I think it's easy for a developer to be like, oh, you should learn these things so that you can communicate with us, when in reality, a developer may not be the best person to ask what a designer should learn to communicate with devs. It's probably other designers that communicate with devs well. I don't think necessarily understanding loops is necessary for, like, I don't think having a very intimate understanding of loops is necessary for a designer to communicate. The concept of a loop in a design is like, yeah, I want this thing that repeats, and like some things change with each version, but for the most part, this thing repeats. That's a loop. He wants to know, I mean, the other work that can be done is the developers have to make some accommodations for designers and communicate differently. You basically just have to find a shared language, and it doesn't necessarily have to be the designer coming all the way to the programmer's language or the programmer going all the way to the designer's language, but finding somewhere in between. I want to know why you say I want to, but that is not going to happen now because it will take too much time. Okay. He wants to understand the technical limitations of something. Okay. Then yeah, he's going to have to learn how to code. Man, I mean, part of it is just time in the seat. You know, like you need to have fingers on keyboards and be writing code. Have him take a design. I mean, a good way to learn is have him take a design and struggle through making a crappy version. I think that's particularly difficult and very vulnerable to do on stream, because there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be telling you a lot of ways to do it, have a lot of opinions, tell you you're wrong or dumb, or you just feel wrong and dumb because you're struggling in front of these other people. So I don't know if doing that, like, I don't know if learning on stream is the best way to learn. It has some advantages of having real-time input from people, but you probably have to be really guarded. You have to be a certain type of person that can compartmentalize your feelings and not take criticisms personally, and not take every bit of advice that's thrown at you, and be able to filter out, like, figure out the noise to signal ratio. Maybe. Stop giving him the code he needs instead of letting him think. Okay, now I understand what you're saying. He's trying to solve problems on stream, and other people are solving the problems instead of providing the teaching, right? Like, I don't need the answer, I need the lesson. Yeah, I've been through a couple of streams like that. There's a couple streamers that'll do, like, what's it called? The code challenge websites. The katas or whatever. Those are tough. I also don't think that's necessarily the best way to learn. If he wants to learn on something on stream, I would probably do like more of a linear tutorial, like Free Code Camp. Free Code Camp is fantastic, and it will walk you through not just like, here's a challenge, try and do it. Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Free Code Camp's great. And then like building your own thing is awesome. Like, shoot, man, do it wrong a lot, and then eventually you'll learn how to do it right. What is some good advice? I don't know. At this point, honestly, just use ChatGPT, probably, or like, that may not be good advice, but something along those lines will be good advice. maybe copy a template, look at copy a template and modify that. That's pretty good because you can see 90% of the work is done. You make some changes, and then in looking at someone else's code, you can see how it was done. Sometimes it's crappy code, but you can still learn things, right? Might not be the right way to do things, but you can learn how someone approached something. And let's see. It does the challenges, but it doesn't click. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, how long did it take for things? How long did it take me for things to click, or how long did it take things to click for me? Takes time. We'll get there. Yeah. Maybe another approach would be you could try like a pair programming thing. There's a pair programming methodology that puts two people together, and one is the driver and one is the navigator. It's like the metaphor, but the driver doesn't get to make any decisions. I mean, you can communicate or whatever, but the driver's job is to just write what the navigator tells them to. The navigator's job is not writing. They don't have hands on keyboards. They say, okay, you don't have to get like too granular, but be like, create a button, and when add a click event handler, and when it gets clicked, have it do this, and then the driver does that, right? Then you switch roles. I'd say if you can, again, I don't think streaming is going to be the best place for learning, but that's the context which you guys have. You could try and do something like that. Or if you're open to it, you don't necessarily have to show your face, but you could get on the same stream, like where you're both, what is it? Trying to do where you're both like on screen. It's so hard. It's mirrored. How do I? This is so hard. Both on screen, like here, and maybe like where Nugget's camera is could be the other one, right? And if you could do shared live. I really hate that. I really wish I could like point to my code. I have to move my camera or move my screen over here so that when I point to it this way, no, because then it would be opposite. That's so frustrating. But my screen, my code, you guys can both do live session in the same shared workspace. You don't mind, but that's not going to happen. Let's see what you got here. Overlay. So we've got some Tailwind, we've got some styles, and we mostly have an index.html file. Well, you don't have loops here. Spam battle. Stream elements. Okay, so that's just what you're starting to work on. Curious to see where it goes. I'd like to see more of a live demo. Okay, let's see if we can get back to getting this to work. I believe I need this resources to be full. This is still draft UI. This is just but not working, which is annoying. So the just JSON, which should be this guy, just.json, but has to be a TS file for the functionality. Is going to get the resources is the files. So I'm going to stop this. I'm going to add back what I had, console log, and we'll do files like that. We'll start the dev server again. You managed to move to using an array and update, sort, slice, and map the users. Next up is adding new people. You know what you might do? You may also consider different ways to accomplish the same thing. Like I personally think array methods are not super clear, right? Like I think that's not a good starting point. Like saying 1, 2, 3 dot map, map, and then you have a function like whatever, sure, we'll do that, right? Or whatever, element or item. To me, of course I know what this does. If I didn't know, if I can put my mind in a place and treat it as if I was looking at this for the very first time, this would be such a weird syntax. Whereas, or let's say, you know, what is it? Let's do something that looks real. We've got return whatever item +1, right? Stupid. But basically, this is going to return 2, 3, 4, right? What I would probably do instead is like let r equal that. Nope, I just want that. And then let r2 equal, or let's say start burp const start equals that, right? And then I will say const end equals that. So that's like the end state, right? That's confusing to me if I was new. And 2 could be that, and then you could say like for const, yeah, thank you. That's perfect. Nope, that should have been that. There you go. Right? Like, for me, this is a lot cleaner syntax, at least for someone learning. Next up is adding new people that chat. Sure. So these two accomplish kind of the same thing. As far as like preferences, I would completely get rid of nuanced developer opinions on which is better or which is more performant or which is, I mean, in my case, I would say like readable, but readable when you know code versus readable when you're brand new are like kind of completely different subjects. Maybe for the person you're talking to, this syntax is more readable, but it doesn't really matter. They're going to have to learn both at some point. So I would say if as a teacher, you're trying to show the concept of looping, these are 2 loops, right? I mean, technically this is not a loop, but functionally they accomplish the same thing. So maybe try shifting your perspective of what you're teaching and think about different areas you can start from, because at the end of the day, like, teaching is a skill and it's really hard, and one of the best skills you can learn as a teacher is understanding that people learn differently and having a tool belt, having the tools in your tool belt that allows you to adjust your teaching, your what's the word? Your like teaching vantage point. Yeah, Excalidraw is awesome. I would actually give a shout out to TLDraw. TLDraw is freaking sweet. It's like Excalidraw. Excalidraw is also freaking sweet. They're both freaking sweet. They're both very similar, have a lot of the same features. I don't remember exactly why I switched to starting to use TLDraw, but I am using it. I like it. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they'll get it, you know. Frankly, learning programming from my live stream audience sounds like a really ineffective way to learn, no matter who is teaching, right? Like, so at the end of the day, like, you know, don't feel responsible for someone else's learning path. Okay, back on track. This route is working. This route is broken. This route, I wanted to log something, which requires a reload. And there we go. Okay, the 404, I don't think we need to worry about. That's something to do with the service worker and gear icons. Not worried about that. Don't need that. These are my resources. Ah, I do have it. Array mean. Size. Array mean. Ah, okay, that's because these are the files in, okay, so we have array last slash index.mjs. That's what I want. So I'm going to have to filter these. So we're gonna run these, which is fine. We're going to get the files. If the file path doesn't end with txx, return false, which we have the file path, and we're going to want mjs. And I think we want index.mjs. It's fine. Oops. Cool. So if the file path does not end with index.mjs, return false. And then if there's no file path is undefined. The name, cool. Okay, got it. We are going to replace the name. It's looking for packages UI. Okay, cool. Reload that. We should still get, look at that. We got our resources. We need to change the name. But I need to change this. So let's see if I can do this freehand. Yo, Pi, what's going on? What I want, let's see. This is what I have. And what I want is to take the file path dot replace so this one is taking the whole first part and removing the whole first part and removing the second part. I think what I want is to create a capture group around packages slash whatever is going to be in there slash and then index.mjs. I don't need this backslash at the end. Oops, I do need that. I think, and then this is going to be whatever. And then what am I doing? I don't need to replace. I'm not gonna be able to do this off the top of my head. What kind of bug was it? Let's see. Hey Pi, you fixed the image bitmap output method. Okay, well, you guys are gonna go off on something I have no knowledge about, which is good. Not complaining, but it's gonna be way out of my area of expertise. So, question is, do I try and do this on my own? Probably not. Do I go to ChatGPT or something like that? Probably. Yes, I do. That's going to be way faster. Doing regex on your own is just a totally unnecessary flex. Let's go. What do I want? Let's try Perplexity. Perplexity.ai. I have a string burp and I would like a JavaScript function that uses regex to return only examples. Let's go. Oops. And we'll do that. We'll do burp. Array. Box test. Let's do Stony Eagle. And this should be array. Box test. Stony Eagle. Okay, I'll take it. Looks good to me. Regex equals that. Path is going to be file.path. Match regex, return that, or if the path is not that, we'll throw that. I guess, I don't know. Yeah. Sure, why not? Unknown. Okay, let's try this. Should actually be this. And then that. Unknown part. Okay. So what this is going to do is packages should do a capture group to any character that starts with a string, ends there. I don't know. I think so. Console log the match. Okay. Let's see. Burp. Let's reload that. Got it, baby. We get, yeah, string template. String squash, string snake case, love it. Just keep learning, but not rely. Dude. It is freaking hard. Oh, Pi, you know regex really. You can do regex. Oh, I missed the opportunity. Sorry, I didn't read your text or your message before I got to it. Yes, I'm always impressed by people that know regex really well. I know it like, okay, I can read it and understand what it's doing, which I feel pretty good about. Actually, for the most part, the real complex ones, probably not. I can write some and like kind of struggle through it. But let's see. Oh, you wrote one for, oh, you wrote it and we got exactly the same thing, didn't we? Let's see. We didn't quite get the same thing. You ended with, you didn't include the index MJS at the end of yours, which is fine. It's anything that's not a slash. Don't know if it's going to be, I do know that it's going to be index MJS. Also, you don't want to touch, so you should remove that part. Okay. No, I didn't understand that one. Good call out. So it's this is not anything that is, but isn't this, wait, what does the string start then? This is anything that's not slash, right? And it's for any number of characters, and it goes until the next slash. And then I guess whatever's after is ignored anyway. Yeah, reverse lookups are tough. You know, Pi, I would have felt a lot better if you just let me have that. You could have just let me have that. You know what I will do though? Actually, since we're here, I am gonna go. So I can write regex all right with a little bit of help from my friends of regex 101. Ah, okay. Yeah, plus is 1 or more. I got that. I mean, I didn't say that, but I know that. But I didn't understand, or I misunderstood. Match a single character not present in the set. Got it. So it's when it's inside of brackets and we have the caret, it's whatever's not in there. So if I were to do, oops. So if I were to do that, then it's match only the slash. If I have the caret, it's anything that's not the slash. And if I have like A through Z, yeah, then this is something like that. Yeah. Okay. Use regex explainer or railroad diagrams. Regex explainer. Didn't come up. Regex 101 was the first thing that did, at least from DuckDuckGo. Maybe it's a Google thing. I still don't see regex explainer. Regex R, maybe. And then railroad diagrams. Railroad diagram. The only one I know about this is the images, which is like, who would you rather kill? Oh, really? Look up regex railroad diagram generator. Okay, regex railroad diagram generator. Oh, this is cute. Okay, let's see what we got here. We'll copy that. We'll go there. Okay. Oh, this is cool. This is what? This is what am I trying to say? This is bookmark worthy. Gosh, that brain. I'm running out of RAM, people. I am running out of RAM. Cool. Now let's keep going. We have the package correct. We have that set up correctly. We have the resources coming in. That breadcrumbs page is still not working. Don't need draft UI. We have this. This is working. I feel good about doing open source contributions and being almost there. But now the question is, why is this one not working? Let's say that this file's done. Let's compare it to the draft UI that we had. And try to understand what is the big difference here. Packages UI source paramname.tsx. That's going to be one problem. This is a problem. It's package name / index.mjs. Okay. And we have, yeah. And then the rest shouldn't make a difference, but that may have been the fix, and it was not. So let's see where we are. Come on. No. This 404 is not super helpful. Okay, here we are. We have an error. Status 404. Okay. Breadcrumbs. Okay, so this is probably something to do with how GitHub handles breadcrumbs, I'm imagining. So if I go draft UI, if I open up draft UI, And now we compare to just. We have. Do I have breadcrumbs in here somewhere? No. What are the breadcrumbs that it's talking about? This file's working. This file is not. The one that is working is. What is it? What was it? Draft dash UI. Draft UI. Source is this. Wait. Is okay. I think I see what the problem is. This is for the source code. Got it. So that would make sense why it doesn't exist, because breadcrumbs JSON is not a thing. So what I want, that is to pull the breadcrumbs file, which is the breadcrumbs or breadcrumbs component or whatever. Okay. So what I want, what this page should do is get the contents or return the JSON for the file. Got it. Now I understand. So this one's done. Let's go back to chat. What's chat saying? Whoa, what you did? Oh man. Here, try it with this regex. Okay, sure. Let's see what we got. That's a regex you wrote by hand. Why don't I read chat? Because I'm getting some work done, man. Like, I'm trying to do some stuff. I am reading chat. So what was it? Regexper. Okay. Did I get that right? I feel like, no, yeah. Wee! Wow, this is like a $10 billion railroad project right here. This is, what do we got? I think I had, let's see, we had an example here. Where's my regex? Oh, is it in here? Where's my regex? There it is. All right, so check this out. We have here we have railroad infrastructure in the United States, and here we have railroad infrastructure and accessibility in Japan and even Europe. Yeah. Here, I can give you a string to try it on. Sure. I'm going to put that on hold because I feel like I'm about to get this done, and I would feel really happy to have this. Feel really happy to have this done today. So, we have Draft UI. I don't need you. That's done. Ooh, 100 messages today in the chat. There's my string. Okay. Just so we have it, here we go. Const pies string to test with their crazy ass regex. Naming things is very important. I will come back to that. Use regex 101. Okay. When I come back. Okay, so problem that we have here is how this is being generated, I believe. Yeah. So I guess the first thing to test is that the file exists. So let me just see. Console log file. And the one that I want to test, this 404, should actually be not draft UI. It should technically be inside of packages. Let's grab this first one. It should be this one, our array Cartesian product, right? That's the product that we would want to download, or the route that we would want to download. Nice. And what we have here, breadcrumbs.tsx, index.mjs. It might be done. It might work. You guys can rage at the streamer all you want, dude. This is my stream. I can code if I want to, all right? I'm sorry that I don't have glasses with your chats. You know, let me call up Elon. Let me get a neural implant and just connect it to your guys' comments so that it's actually a thought. I won't even know the difference between my own thoughts and what's coming in through the Twitch chat. Would that make you happy? My internal dialogue will just be regular expressions. Which sounds like a funny thing because if my internal dialogue was regular expressions, that would actually be irregular expressions, if you know what I'm saying. Yeah, this file should be working. That's it. It's done. I already had set it up correctly the first time. It was just a matter of that file being a 404. We got it, baby. That's it. You man my full look, when I'm looking over here, ironically, I know how to fix the screen. I know what to do. There. Now, looking at my code, looking at chat. Now, if I were to do something like this, right? That's the perfect layout. Here I'm clearly looking at my code. Here, I'm clearly looking at chat. And the camera matches. And here I'm clearly looking at you. Mwah. Don't love this layout though. Most of the stuff for some reason I do is on the other side of the screen. It does really frustrate me. Like, this really frustrates me. I'm looking at my code, but to you guys, I'm like giving my code the cold shoulder. I'm like, your chat is on the left side. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do, this, I like to mirror my screen because then I'm like looking at, I'm looking at where I like to look, and the image of me is, but then if I ever put something on screen that like I wrote, then it's like all backwards. It's just, I'm never going to be happy. Someone put me out of my misery, please. Take me out back like Old Yeller. Simple, just rotate your desk and swap. No, because see, I thought that. The problem if I do that is then this monitor, which is normally here, would be over here. But then this monitor that I'm looking at chat would be over here. I thought about this. It feels like it. Yeah, the problem is then I would be looking over here the whole time. Which actually makes sense, doesn't it? Shoot, you're right. You might be right. Why don't I like that? I don't know. Years of that. The other alternative is I just I mean, I don't actually move my monitors, but just when I'm streaming, I do everything on my laptop. For some reason, I don't love to do that because I normally code on this screen. I don't know. It's weird. I'm crazy. It's fine. It's fine. I'm crazy. Okay. All right, let's get this PR in. I feel happy. This was easy. I thought this was going to be a lot harder. Good job, James? Good job. What's his name? Good job, Jacob. Good job, Jacob Paris, on making Sly. Okay, let's, no, what am I doing? I want to commit this. Let's do, I'm gonna create a new branch called, adding just. I should call it just adding just. Is that not gonna work? Just adding just. No, okay. Adding just to registry. Boop. Do I need to do it this way? Create a new branch. Just adding just. There we go. Let's push this up. Can't do that. I need to create a fork. Boop. I feel like maybe that should have been in main. That should be in main, shouldn't it? Yeah, let's push that up. Okay, create fork, and then fatal remote upstream. Okay, cancel. Let's sync changes. No. Okay, let's go to GitHub, Austin Gill. You guys can't see this part, sorry. Repositories, Sly. I'm going to delete you. Delete this repository. I want to delete this repository. Mouse is running out of juice. E. So I have to press 3 buttons to confirm I want to do it, and then I have to copy and paste the repository name, and then I have to put in my username. Great. Okay, let's sync that up. Would you like to create a fork? Yes. It should not already exist. I just deleted it. All right, whatever. Okay, let's go here. Bring this over. Let's go. You. Do I create a pull request from here? Main branch isn't protected. No. I go to. Okay. Slide. Base main. There we go. Repository is that. Head repository, Austin Gill. I assure you there are things to... No, there's not. Oh my god, no. Yeah. Get remote. Get remote. Remove origin. No, remove. I hate my life. Git remote add origin. Oh, I am so dramatic. Do I need to do the Git one? I think I do. Or maybe it's this. Sure. There. Git push origin main. Yes. It's fine. Thank you. Holy cannoli. Whoop. Whoop. There you go. Create pull request. Let's go. Just adding just. Wink. Wink. Okay, and then I need to probably do a reference to the just library, which is here. And you know, chat, I know you're chatting away and I'm not reading it yet because I don't have it on screen, but I will. So just cool your jets. Adding just. What should I do? I should do just. Oh, did I get links first try? Totally did. That's the syntax. To the Sly registry. And also added the utilities tag. Booyah! Open source contribution. Let's see what my GitHub status looks like. Oh yeah, baby. Nice. Cool. All right, chat. What's up? Oh, no one has chatted anything. I'm all caught up. How you like that? Inbox 0. Cool. Did some open source contribution. Pretty much got to the exact time that I would normally end a stream anyway. So I am up to chat about stuff if y'all want to chat. Let's close that. That's all done. Don't need you for. Why do you? Oh yeah, because yeah, you don't know. I don't need you. Let's. And then RRM, RF, slide. Don't need you anymore. Cool. dbeaver, don't need you. You were yesterday's project. Thank you. That's it, people. That's how you contribute to open source in 2 hours in a somewhat struggly sort of way, but have fun doing it. No, I'm just kidding. I'm giving myself way too much credit. There are way better open source contributors than myself. You got a dip? What kind of dip did you get? I hope it's guacamole. Or salsa. I'll even take queso. Or, what is it? That like... What's the... Like ranch would be a good one. But you didn't even tell me what dip you got. All right. If you need to head over to Coding Garden, I'm a big fan of Coding Garden, so we can go ahead and do a raid over that way. Yeah. All right, let's do it. We're gonna raid Coding. If I could spell garden. They just announced that they are working for Sentry on the syntax stuff. So I'm sure that is going to be mentioned today. All right, raid is kicking off. Thanks for hanging out. I will probably I won't be streaming every day again next week, and I'm going to be out of town on Friday, which is my normal streaming day. So I'll see you when I see you. Let's go!